transportation service in this country, and there is no other way to get goods to grocery stores and drug stores and department stores than by truck.
Do you still believe that part of the answer to transportation needs in the future is to get more trucks off the highways?
Well, look at that. That's not just Ray LaHood saying this. There are communities all over America that want to relieve congestion. And the investments that we've made in the freight rail system, the investments we've made in ports, these are all good investments. But the trucking industry provides important transportation for our country and always will.
I guess the concern is, just to follow up on that line of thinking, is that there's a finite amount of money, and so even though you support trucking and freight, if a lot of the money that's available goes to transit or bike paths, which are other priorities,
the lion's share of our Tiger money,
right,
which we had 1.5 billion, the lion's share, the majority of it went to Class 1 freights. That should send a pretty loud message around America.
Do you expect that perhaps in Tiger 2, some of the freight investments will go towards more traditional?
I don't know what's going to happen in Tiger 2. We've put our guidance up, and I can tell you a lot more about that after we start getting proposals.
You've said communities are saying they want trucks off their roads. Are they asking for freight rails to come through their communities?
We need a strong freight rail system in America to help jumpstart our opportunity in high-speed rail. That's why freight rail is important.
Could you detail your meeting yesterday?
I did already.
Rails.
We had a very good meeting.
What was discussed?
We had a very strong. We had a very good discussion.
Can you detail more about?
Yeah, I've already said it. We need the Class 1s to help us jumpstart our opportunities in high-speed rail. We're committed to that. I left the room feeling they were committed to it. We're going to have some very intense meetings here for the next couple of weeks so that we can get these agreements in place to jumpstart high-speed rail in at least 4 corridors around the country. And so we're going to have some very solid, good discussions here, and it was a very constructive meeting.
Well, what were their concerns?
You'll have to ask them about that, okay?
Did they ask you about money for PTC?
That issue never really came up.
What do you want from them specifically? What do you want them to give up? Is it right of way?
Well, it's not a matter of giving anything up. It's a matter of reaching agreement on the use of their freight rail. So that we can put in place agreements to get the high-speed rail opportunities available, and at least 4 corridors that we've given money to. It's pretty, it's not.
Are you going to compensate them for the track usage? Is there money on the table for them?
That's what part of the discussion will be about.